All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Reinvent the Hunt podcast. We are already on episode 23, crazily enough. So make sure you like, subscribe, and give us a review out there. Kevin, I know you got a pretty busy week already. It's only Tuesday. It's Monday, felt like the Monday-est of Mondays ever. But what you got going on over there?
Me and a couple buddies just picked up a couple farms to hunt this year. It's like 2,000 acres,
Wow.
yeah, over
Holy
five
cow.
different farms, and it's actually managed. It's a hunting club. It's actually managed. 140-inch minimum for a buck. You
Okay.
shoot at whatever dose you want. So
That is
we went,
rocking awesome.
yeah, we went and looked at the farms, and we're going to help set up some more stands early next month. I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Man, that is super cool. I know I've got the blood flowing too. It's like that it sneaks up on you. And I got that big old nasty deer with a bunch of mass this week, giving us a like screenshot of the front of his face on camera on the spy point. So he's a big old tater of a deer. I'm excited about that and then getting the stands up here in Ohio. So we want to welcome Cody. We have a pretty awesome organization on tonight to talk about. He's from Sasquatch Outdoors, which seems to be all over Facebook everywhere. I see you guys posted all over the place on Facebook and online. So we're interested tonight in learning about what your organization is, what you guys do, how it started, and kind of like the details of it.
Awesome. I really appreciate you guys having me on here tonight. Now, Kevin, thanks for making the connection happen here, man. I'm always looking for new ways to spread our mission and get on different platforms to make it happen.
You bet.
So we provide outdoor adventures and emergency funding to sick, disabled, and special needs folks, not just here in Franklin County, but most of our people we have helped so far are from here just because we raise most of our money locally. So we feel it should stay in that community. And as we spread farther and we make more money elsewhere, we'll start trying to help more people from elsewhere because we're really small still. We've been able to donate about $10,000 in the last year, and put money into our pond and stuff like that. But we've taken more money out of pocket than that and put it into
Sure.
the pond and doing events, merch. And I'm sitting on so much freaking merch right now because I thought as we blew up with all our videos and expanded, like,
Yeah.
oh dude, we're getting all these followers. How many, everybody's gonna want a shirt.
Yeah.
But nobody has like wanted shirts. So now I'm sitting on tons of merch in my parents' basement. That sounds so cool. Yeah, my parents.
No, I get it. I
And
get
I
it.
should have said my office or my shop or something.
You're
Like
on
that.
suite. You're on suite. Yeah, it's over this
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh,
You know what's funny though, Cody? I think that's the like I know Kevin and I are big on this. That's a foundation of what we're freaking doing with all this because like it's
All right.
passionate, it's from the heart, and we're not CEOs sitting in cushy chairs in some office desk somewhere. I was just downstairs checking tolerances on the broadheads tonight, and it's like it's real. And I think what you guys are doing is awesome stuff because it's so real. What Kevin's doing is real, and that's what makes us all go in America. It's like small business, real dreams. You're pursuing things you want to do.
All right.
yeah,
And it
the
all
American
starts
dream.
somewhere.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
No, you're good. No, it all starts somewhere. Like nobody starts out at the top, right? Everybody starts
Yeah,
at the bottom. And I think we all have the drive and determination to make things happen. So,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. And it takes a bunch of like-minded individuals coming together to make something like that happen. Too, you can't do it on your own.
You bet.
Anybody who says they're self-made and tells you that to your face is a liar, and that's
Absolutely.
flat out.
Yeah,
I don't believe
there's no way
anybody's.
you can do it. Yeah, there's no way you can't do it without support group around you, people that believe in you, your family, your friends, people online. Some guys you never even met in person before. But the funny thing is, I know Kevin and I were talking. Like I can tell you're the same way, Cody. The same personality you are online is the same person you are as a human in real life. So if I met you somewhere, you're you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really important because sometimes you get these online personalities. You guys know what I'm saying? And you see them and they're selling something or they're selling an idea and you just kind of know it's butterscotch. And then we meet that person in real life, it's not anything to do with other than money.
Yeah, yeah, I never have been that way. I really just believe in having enough to do what I do and have enough to pay my bills. And then the rest has been kind of going to Sasquatch. But I did enjoy a vacation or two here and there, but that comes from me and my wife both work full-time jobs as well. So it's not
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm pulling that money from Sasquatch, but we enjoy our lives at the same time. So it's not like we're strapping ourselves thin to where we're running our businesses. Kevin enjoys time away. You enjoy time away. I'm sure
Yeah.
that part's honestly the most important part of everything that I can say to anybody who's listening to this and wants to start a business is get your time away. Don't dedicate, 52 weeks out of the year, 7 days a week to what you're doing because you're going to get burnout and it's
crash
not
and
going to
burn.
become fun anymore.
Right.
Right?
We all felt that, I'm sure.
we said that time and time again. It's like it's a delicate balance between running a business, working a full-time job, that kids, if you have kids, spending time with that, spending time with your wife, like, and doing a hobby we love to do, hunt, fish, being in the outdoors. It is a delicate balance to say the least.
Yeah, definitely not for the faint of heart.
No.
So, how'd you get started with all this? Like,
So I in second grade I started volunteering in like a big buddy program in elementary school where you hang out in the classrooms in the afternoon and read books, hang out, play games, whatever they want to do. And they were special needs kids that were a couple years younger than us. And I fell in love with hanging out with them. So in fifth or sixth grade, I maybe it might be high school that they allow you to start doing the Special Olympics. But I started doing stuff with my mom before then. Like there's a Project Big Love is what it's called, where we get together with special needs and underprivileged families in our community. And there's backpacks, there's shoes, there's clothes, there's school supplies, and everybody can come in and get everything they need from like it's out held at the Mont Alto Fairgrounds where it's like the fireman festivals are and the carnivals are at. But yeah, that's another thing I helped with for a lot of years. And then helping with the Special Olympics kind of got me to where I needed to be with wanting to actually give back to them because I was very big in being into sports and stuff like that. And I was an athlete and watching them made me really grateful, like for the gifts that God gave me with my body and being able to be an athlete because it was a struggle for watching them, some of them throw a softball. So it really solidified in my heart that I really wanted to do something in my life with this, but I never knew how to do it and what to do until I had a couple successful years with my lawn care and construction company. And I took the profit and just started the nonprofit and started rolling. And we weren't getting enough support. So that's where those funny videos came from. So
Sure, yeah.
now that's kind of led into the ultimate success of our foundation was ended up being my authentically myself on the internet. Because if you go back to like the first post, there's maybe some funny memes and then some funny templates you get from CapCut and stuff, but there's never me being me or anything like that. It's like, why would the internet care about me? Why would they like anything I have to put out there? One day I just got tired of it. Like I was trying to put money into marketing on Facebook and would put like, say, $50 into posting at 3 followers. It's like, that's not,
yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
So then I was like, hey guys, I've been writing scripts in my phone because I've been getting aggravated. And instead of being aggravated with what we got going on, I figured I'd turn it into something funny. And the first couple of videos literally just like blew up. And then we've been all over the internet since. So I know the funny videos have kind of been few or far between, but they were just kind of there to bridge the gaps to get people to like us. And then more so get behind our mission after that, because I can't be funny like that all the time. That's a lot of, like, there's a lot of cool funny stuff that happens just in general life that make people laugh enough that I don't need to be writing scripts and being crazy all the time.
I get you.
It's not like that.
Yeah, I get you. So do you guys with Sasquatch, do you take underprivileged kids and special need kids on hunts? Is that how it works?
Any outdoor adventure. It might not even be an outdoor adventure really. On August 2nd, I'm taking a dude to Chocolate World because we were doing a fundraiser for a 7-month-old baby who has stage 4 neuroblastoma, I think is what it's called. I don't have that right off the top of my head. It's a pretty big word, and I'm just a long guy. So, but yeah, we were raising money, and we had cookies and chicken salad, and we were selling lemonade, and we ran out of cookies before he got there, and it kind of like ruined his week. And because he's special needs and he's mentally like 4 or 5 years old, so he saved $2 out of his allowance that week to buy cookies, and we were out. So I called up his aid worker. And I was like, hey, I'm going to make him 2 dozen cookies and take him to Chocolate World on August 2nd, if that works for you. And, just because it helps him out and helps us out. And
sure,
it's a different adventure that we probably normally wouldn't do. And we just kind of stumbled upon it by chance. And I saw it as an opportunity to help someone. And Chocolate World's free. Baking 2 dozen cookies takes 2 hours and $6. Like it doesn't always take a bunch of money or anything. Sometimes it's just a thought and a drive up the street to Hershey.
Man, you're right. You're so right on. I know Kevin and I have talked a lot about this, and Brian too, when he's on here, about relationships and adventure and camaraderie. And it's not about the broadhead or the fishing pole or the amount of money in the hunt. It's about the time and the relevance of what you gain from that the rest of your life. And every single memory I have, I can go back like a Rolodex. I always talk about the Rolodex in my brain of the hunts I've been on, but it was all about the people with me. I enjoyed some of the individual solo hunts. I've had, but like more so than anything, like even this Friday, my dad's sitting here watching now, and we're going to go on a water buffalo hunt this Friday. And I've never hunted water buffalo, hunted the Cape buffalo in South Africa, but this water buffalo is going to provide, I don't know, 1,000 pounds of meat for the family. We're going to have a heck of an adventure that Dad and I have never been on before, hunting
Where are
like
you
this.
going?
So we're actually going to Southern Ohio, funny enough, because that allows me to not only hunt. I know. I'm waiting. Here we go. Oh, Kevin, here we go. Come the haters, but it doesn't matter to me because I don't care. So we're going to a
I have
ranch.
something funny like that too coming up too, and then I'll tell you about that.
Okay, yeah. So
Get that
so
wrong.
it's a long story, but basically I'll condense it for you. So every time I go somewhere, generally you can't ship the meat back. It's either illegal or super expensive to do. And what this allows me to do is use a new bear persist with a water buffalo that size, test the broadhead again on something that big, and then also get the meat about 3 weeks later processed and done for us. And what we're going to do is basically bless the family with a huge amount of really, really premium meats from this water buffalo.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You
So I'm excited.
Families with that. 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like a 2,000 pound animal. So I don't know if you get like 1,300 pounds of meat or 15. I don't know, 1,500 pounds of meat, whatever it is. It's a big animal.
You could really do a lot with that, and that's just something that small. Like you're not going to eat all that, or
Right.
so being able to bless a family like that who would otherwise not have that resource is amazing of you.
But what you guys do is like very similar to what Kevin and I think. Kevin, you can jump in here too. Like that's what we want to do, and that's why we have this podcast. It's not just about what I do or Kevin does or what you do, but like the continuation of the outdoor industry in general the right way. We're not. You gotta survive. You have to eat and pay bills. We all get that. But like we're all working hard to make that end meet. But we're also working the hardest to continue the outdoor lifestyle of people around this globe because so many flipping kids don't even get outside. And I'll be honest, I struggle sometimes to get my son outside. The other day, I was going to take him to a park. He's like, "Oh, Dad, I just took a shower. Don't want to get dirty." I'm like, "Dude, just went to camp. You were like sweating and dirty for a week. Get out there and have fun, you know?"
Yeah. Like my dad and I remember like being out in the front yard with him, like playing Fear Factor. Like I remember
absolutely. Yeah.
He was Joe Rogan, and I was out there freaking eating stupid crap on the ground, eating dirt.
Like, I dare you.
Footballs at each other because we started. I wanted to be Johnny Knoxville for like 7 years. We were playing Jackass in the front yard.
That's so fantastic.
Like I could not imagine not having a life outside. Like it's so much better.
Yeah, I always tell people I got messed up because my dad rolled over me with a lawn roller. You guys have those big old drum lawn rollers. He rolled over me. Luckily, I stuck my head out the side, but he rolled over my body and somehow pushed me down into the grass. It was soft enough. I don't think it squished my organs too hard, but yeah, it's like just like growing up on the farm and that outdoor experience. So many kids don't get today's world.
He probably made you apologize for running to you.
He probably did. I still laugh about it. Yeah. Oh, I was sticking sticks in it. As a kid, I was sticking sticks in the lawn roller, and I caught my jacket, and just sucked me right into the lawn roller. I'm like, woo! Here we go.
That's so scary. Did you get like cut up or anything?
No, it just rolled over me. I don't even remember. It just kind of like boom, kept on going as a speed bump. So, as well as 15,000 other stories, but we won't get into those tonight. It's all focused on you. We don't want to get there. I know Kevin's got a few. I can see him right now.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a few off the top of my head. We were just raised outside. I mean,
yeah.
We never came inside. Even the street lights came on, you better be inside. But that's it.
Good street lights.
I was gonna say.
Good street lights.
You're bougie.
Yeah.
He's bougie.
Did your neighborhood have a name?
Ones that work. Huh?
I said, did your neighborhood have a name out front of it?
It does.
Oh, dang.
We didn't have a stoplight in our neighborhood. It's called kill buck. That's literally what we do. Is we kill bucks. So.
Oh,
I wish I lived in a neighborhood like that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Or suburban.
Heck yeah.
So in your organization, Cody, what are the biggest benefits of this to you guys and the kids? Obviously, the getting out and adventure, but like, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna just grow up bigger and bigger and bigger. Or how do you want to move forward?
Honestly, that's a day by day thing. Honestly, I didn't even see it really getting this big at this point. I never really saw it getting super huge, but I would just want to help people every day. I see myself not being a lawn guy or being a maintenance man or whatever I do on a daily basis because it's always been different. I started knocking on doors when I was 12, mowing grass because that's what a 12 or 13-year-old does because there's no jobs available for that. I asked my dad for date money, and he said, "Well, if you're old enough to date, you're old enough to work." So I got a couple lawns to start, and that's how it got started with that. But yeah, and then so it goes from there that eventually I just want to do this full time. If I can secure funding every year for me in Dallas, PAP, that you see in the videos, that we could at least make a little bit of money to cover our end for our mortgage or truck payments or whatever it is, like at a minimum, we can find side work to bridge the gap if we want to take vacations, buy hunting gear, whatever it is. Because in an area like ours, and I'm sure like where you guys are from, it's growing so fast that there's so much work, there's not enough companies to do it.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I could pick up any work doing anything I wanted, and I could just go pressure wash, 5, 6 houses a week and make that extra money. And if I could find enough sponsorships, that'd be, just those two things alone would be enough for where I can call myself like working for Sasquatch full time. And because helping somebody every single day would be awesome. Like going out every day and changing a life, even if it's just taking somebody fishing at our pond every day because we don't have the money still to do freaking charters every week or a guided hunt, because I just really honestly don't see the I feel like it's wasting money if I pay $2,500 or whatever it is to kill a one white-tailed deer for one person.
Yeah.
Whenever I could eventually try to find a lease, which I've been trying to find a lease for freaking years, for maybe 150 acres, maybe for $2,000 a year, and then 3 to 5 people can kill a buck possibly on land like that if it's managed well enough and has enough resources and water and pressure where the deer aren't going to be. But you can, even if it's $2 a year for our candidates, that's still better in the same amount of money, if not less, than it would be going to a ranch or something like that.
Yeah, I
Because
totally agree.
we're not getting enough people reaching out like, hey, we own a whitetail ranch, we want you to come down here and bring Robert or Adam or whoever it is to harvest a deer, because no one wants to give up $5,000 because of the economy right now.
Absolutely.
Not the people that used to have a ton of money like deer ranchers, they don't have it anymore like they used to, because there's not enough market for it because of all the diseases like EHD, like chronic waste, anything like that. It's all getting to them, and there's more farms being shut down than there is anything right now because of all these diseases. So there's no money in them giving away free hunts anymore, even if it is for a little bit of a chance that our videos might get them another person coming out.
Absolutely.
So it's not that I don't understand the situation they're in.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I think that's a great point to make is we see the rippling effects of just modern day life and inflation, the cost of living in general for everybody across the board with insurance. We talk about a lot on here. It's affecting every industry in and out, especially recreational type industries. And I think it's really taking people back to like the nuts and bolts of what makes you human. What do you like to do? What can you afford to do? And what do you need to do for your family? And that's why I'm always going to promote hunting, because what better situation to have, or fishing, to get meat for your family at a very minimal, albeit obviously it costs something to do, but you're going to get the highest quality meat you can for your family.
Yeah. And with a basic hunting license, you can get 2 turkeys, a deer, and what else? And each state, you know what I mean? Like in Maryland, it's even more. In my state, that's in Pennsylvania, there's very, very much a lot less animals you can harvest with the general license.
Yeah.
You can get $3 total. I think that's with your bonus antler stamp. 15 does per season usually.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, you're not. Most people aren't harvesting that. No,
yeah.
So yeah, so
Great deer in Maryland.
It used to be unlimited amount of does. You used to be able to shoot however many does you want.
Wow, that's incredible. I know just the past week driving around here in Ohio, so our crops are really healthy this year. The beans are really green. The corn's looking good. We've got plenty of rain, plenty of warm weather, and the deer are just exploding this year. I'm seeing bucks everywhere. Every time I drive somewhere, like today at 4 in the afternoon, there are 2 bucks out feeding in a bean field, and just more deer than I've ever seen. So I think the population's healthy here in Ohio. I think we're going to see some real giant shot this year. I know last year we saw a lot of big deer taken, but I know Cody. I think come back to what you do. The heart is always in the hunt. It's not in the. We talk about a lot. It's not in the trophy. You get lucky sometimes to take a nice deer, and that's great. It's a one-off. We all know that. But the heart is in the adventure, and it's always going to be the adventure to me. So I appreciate what you guys are doing, because it's that memory of that kid or that person they're take with them. That's what sticks for a lifetime.
Yep, exactly. And that's our goal, is to provide memories that last a lifetime to these folks, because a lifetime could be to somebody 5 years. It could be 40 years. You never really know. It could be tomorrow. My lifetime could be today, and then tomorrow morning I don't wake up. So you know what I mean? Like that's another reason why I like doing what I do with Sasquatch, is because I feel fulfilled. That's a big thing I get out of this.
Yes, sir.
I feel fulfilled. I feel happy. I don't need to be a millionaire. Don't need to be the big dog CEO. Don't need to be anything like that. being happy is good enough for me, and helping people makes me happy. And I've always liked doing it, making people laugh and making people happy is
Dude, I
always.
love that. I love that heart because I have philosophy of two kinds of people in this world. I've seen it my entire life. There's givers and there's takers. And if you're a giver, when you're filling someone else's cup up, your cup fills up and inside your heart, and you feel good about that. And of course, on the other hand, there are people that are takers, and I try to steer away from that situation because it ends up being a pretty negative situation for everybody around them. But at some point in time, people are going to appreciate their authenticity of who you are. I can tell from what you're doing, it fills your heart up. It makes you feel even better than the private person experiencing that. But that's what it's all about, is you grow together.
Exactly. And finding guys like you and finding guys like Kevin and making connections like that will ensure that a mission and the kindness that we want to see brought to other people will keep happening. Whether I'm here, whether you're here, or whatever is here, it's all mindset, and it's all being able to spread that mindset to other people. And even if it's not, they don't share the same passion as you, they're passionate about something, and they can help people with that passion no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be they like harvesting animals, they like fishing, they could like doing art. But if they can help somebody else doing that, and we can tell them like, hey, try to help somebody today, help them do it. Anybody can do it. It's not just the people in the outdoors, though. That's what we're trying to do, because the tradition of the outdoors, it's long standing. Before there was people working in office buildings, people worked in factories. Before people worked in factories, there were farmers. And before farmers, people just were surviving. So, with any of that, there's still people need, like, the outdoors and the outdoor lifestyle, whether it's hunting, fishing, or working in the outdoors, it's always going to be there, because without that, the industry doesn't keep going. And people don't work in office buildings. Without factories, none of that happens. And without farming, the other two don't. So society is built on the outdoors, and people just are losing track of that being a fact of life, is that we are all at heart outdoorsmen. We all came from the outdoors, not because we wanted to, but because we had to, and we should still enjoy it, not condemn it.
Man, those are great points. Well taken.
Thank you. I wish people would calm down over here, because we can't find no hunting property.
Well, Kevin, I was gonna ask you. I'm just gonna throw this out here. You got what, 2,000 acre lease? Is that what you said? What 95-year-old widow did you have to put a garden in for that? Hey, how's that work out, man?
That stays between
us. First rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Come on now.
Okay, I got it.
I'm gonna give you the story, what it is now. Believe it or not. So no, it was a club that had, I think, I don't know how many members it had, but they picked up a new farm this year, and we're looking to offset the cost and pick up a couple new members. And my buddy was like, he called like 3 of us up. I was like, "You guys want to win this?" And it was a no brainer. Honestly, that's not a bad price at all for that many acres, that many farms. It's closer to home for me, so I'm pretty pumped.
Man, I can't be more excited for it, because I understand how that can be. It's even in Ohio here. It's obviously with what we are in Ohio with deer. Man, it's really tough unless you know somebody that has a farm or your family has acreage. And like I said, I know Cody probably is full support of this too. I love getting out on public ground. I hunt the crap out of public ground just because I have fun doing it. I love the spot and stalk, setting up in areas I haven't set up before, or just see some sign. And I've had some phenomenal hunts that way. And it doesn't always work out for me, but I've seen some really big deer and had a lot of cool adventures with my buddies, just going out and hunting together. And I think I'm at the point now in my life, I always say this: I would much rather go out with someone and hunt with them than just solo by myself, because I like doing that. But man, I get so much more going with people around me.
It gets boring after a while when you solo hunt. I don't know. Like I do it occasionally, but it does get boring.
Yeah.
I like, it's not, like you said, it's not just about the hunt. It's like after the hunt or in between the morning and evening hunt. If you're not sitting all day, just,
hanging out
with the guys. Yeah. Hanging out,
grabbing lunch. And I think we spend so much time. I think of this a lot. You spend so much of your life working a job to pay for a home that you're never at. It's a vicious cycle for people in this world. You're working to pay for a house you're never at. It's this weird feedback loop, but then you don't get a chance to enjoy the actual adventure of life, which is getting outdoors.
I agree.
Yep,
I wish I hunted and fished more.
What's that?
Wish I hunted and fished more. I haven't got a deer in 4 years.
Oh, really? You need to come up to Ohio. We'll take care of that for you. Good job.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, we'll
Oh,
get you
I
up.
like that.
I've got like I said, I always have people come up every fall. We try to have a group of people come up depending on what year it is and what we're doing, and hunt. And it's always interesting because sometimes we'll have people from South Africa come and different parts of the world, and they could experience like a completely different style of hunting where our animals are free range and you never know. It could be a giant 180-inch deer or like a little yearling running around in front of you or nothing for rabbits. So it just makes it fun because you never know what you're going to see, like a pop Cracker Jack box.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
is Oh, what else was I gonna say? What is your where are you at in Ohio? Because I'm gonna be coming there next month to visit some family
Okay.
friends.
So we're in central Ohio. Knox County is where we're at, in Ashland County. If you're familiar with, about an hour above Columbus, about an hour and 20 above Columbus. So, and if you want to see some giant deer, just go to the suburbs of Columbus. You probably ride one around for a while and grab onto it. There's some big old deer in the suburbs of Columbus out there. You just can't hunt them, so just look at you and eat the flowers or something like that.
Do they allow you to get like permits to be able to hunt within the city limits and stuff like that?
Not generally, but it depends on where you're at. I mean, there are some situations and some guys like Creek King Outdoors that do some suburb hunting in Columbus, and there's some workarounds here and there. I don't know all the specifics, but that's like I think that's the Pike Club thing. You got to know the insider information to figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't
All
talk
right.
about
All right, I might have to
it.
look into that because there's some massive deer here and like
Yeah.
around like Hagerstown and stuff like that. There's definitely some big deer in the city around there. So I might have to look into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Connect with me, and we'll get together, at least have lunch and talk and hang out. I'm all about that. I think Kevin's the same way. Like, being able to connect with people and rise by lifting others is my life mantra. It's not going to be about me. It's not me, myself, and I. It's about rising. You rise by lifting others around you, and I think Kevin and I both have that same life philosophy, which is why I think we work so well on the podcast together, as well as Brian, and just having guests on like you guys talk about these real authentic things and programs that get people doing real stuff. And it's not really about the angle of the sale. I get so tired of, people, you got to buy this or this because it does this. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's going out in the woods and sitting down. And that's Fred Bear said, you don't even need camo. Wear your flat out. I don't flipping care about what kind of camo you even wear. It's, just wear your stuff out and just smack one. Have fun.
Yeah.
Our grandfathers didn't go in the woods hunting with all this newfangled technology and camouflage. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You
Yeah.
don't need them.
Listen to those freaking crossbows. Jesus, people out there.
I have a crossbow.
I got burned by that the other day. Did you see that, Kevin? I was on your comment. Like, I'm like just roasting myself. This guy's like, crossbows are awesome. I'm like, I know. I would just mess around.
Yeah, dude, like you gotta be careful. Like I don't know, like our Facebook page is really taking off with comments and stuff and
Yeah, I love it.
following. And then people will jump in your stuff real quick, man.
They get feisty, which always makes it fun.
They do.
He made a joke about a crossbow, knowing he has a crossbow, and then people were just in him. It's like they just lit you up. I'm like, oh,
well, I had a guy yet today. He made a comment. I think made it yesterday, but he made a great response, and it was true because he said, Josh, he's like, but in reality, crossbows are the highest technology that we have engineered and going to grow right now. It's going to take down a deer at most ranges the most efficient way possible. And he's right. I mean, I'm sorry, he's right. Like, if you're at 10 to 70, 80 yards, at the whitetail, depending on the situation, you're gonna put that thing down really efficiently. You're not going to have things running off or bad impacts or bad shot angles. Because I know I'm going to hunt this water buffalo Friday with a vertical bow. This bear persists, and like, there's margins of error with anything. But I know from bow fishing, I really suck with trad bows. I couldn't hit any fish. It was
A
bad.
freaking bow? You're gonna kill a water buffalo with a bow?
Yeah, vertical bow. Yeah, vertical bow. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Like an old traditional without like a wood and string.
Well, it's not really. Well, it's not traditional. It's a compound bow. So it's a bear persist. It's a pretty engineered fast bow, about 300 feet per second, and I'll be using 125 grain mechanical helicut broadhead. So we'll have fun. I think that I talked to a guy and he said like, I think we're gonna spot stalk, so it'll be even more adventure because my dad's gonna film. I'll have a GoPro on my head, and we're just gonna get this real hunt in, and we end up stampeded, or I may get ran over not by a lawnmower but a water buffalo Friday. So it might be more fun that way.
I need to watch this video as soon as you have it edited.
We'll get it put together. Yeah, we'll get it. And again, it's going to be raw, Cody. I mean, everything we do, like this podcast, it's not like fluffy edited stuff for Hollywood. It's real, and we put it out there. There's going to be, spiffs and blunders and stuff like that we talk about. But I want people around the world to understand, like, sometimes the hunts we do are really edited because they're more professional, right? Depending on the situation you're in, a higher end hunt. But then some hunts, I'm just going to walk out there with my dad and we're going to hunt this flipping water buffalo. It's going to be real and raw, and you're going to watch it happen. So
See, that's what I like too. Like there's like opportunities for me whenever we go do hunts and fishing and stuff that I get to do, but I like being behind the camera most of the time. And I get the most enjoyment out of watching somebody, you know, catch something, kill something, whatever it is. Like I find enjoyment of figuring out how to capture it in the best way possible. I've been trying to figure out how to be better at that. And Kevin will tell you about this, like how much I stress about figuring out multi-cam angles, how to make
Oh, absolutely. I got to tell you, this is
relentlessly
great. That's great. Greatest story in the world. So we're in Newfoundland, right? With Paul Romano hunting this moose. And he sends the first, I'm seeing him in this little sapling trying to film with the GoPro. He steps off and I range him like 50. Well, he sends the first mechanical broadhead, smacks it right through the shoulder, starts bleeding everywhere, puts another one in, knocks another one, walks about 10 yards ahead and tries to get another one in, sends a second arrow, right? And in the video, I never noticed it. And I go back and I watch it later. Do it here. I'll repost it. He sends a second arrow, totally misses the moose. And then like real quietly, you couldn't hear it ever until you hear it, you know, listen carefully. He sends a second arrow, takes off, misses the moose. He's like, fuck. The video. He's trying to chase down this moose. It was like the most hilarious thing ever. I watched it 5 times, never heard him say that. And then like the 6th time I hear him like this and go, fuck. And I'm like, that's real. That's real, folks, right there.
Yeah.
That happens in hunting. You know? Yeah. Every once in a while, a word flies out.
One thing we're going to be trying to do here is going to be trying to do our own little, like almost TV show thing. And if we can do it the right way, there's some people we have connections with that could probably make it a reality, where we want to host the adventure where, you know, we come to your land. For example, we harvest a deer, we show how to skin it, process it, do everything, quarter it up, do everything. We take it to our chef buddy, and he will whip up a good meal with the meat, the sides, whatever it is.
That's
for
cool.
The candidate and their family.
Okay, I love that.
That's going to be like, we're going to try to make it a TV show.
Man, that is awesome. I love that entire idea that you have going on there. That's what we try to do with everything we're working on.
Maybe cut that out of maybe edit that part out. So
yeah, well, I mean, like for the kids, you know, I didn't notice it. So I kept posting this video, and I'm like, did anyone hear that? Because no one said anything. And I'm like, I'm glad it was a little quiet, but I picked it up, and I was like, whoops, there's a little whoopsie there that we had in the middle. Yep, but
like Robert a couple times, he in the videos he'll curse, like he'll drop the fish and he'll say it, and like I'll just put bleeps. Like I'm just gonna add a beat to it.
Yeah, it happens. It's life.
I'll be honest, I cuss like a sailor, but I try not to.
You try. Here. I get it. Well, we again, there's a reality here too. We want to appeal to a vast audience. We also realize real life and it's real situations and stuff happens. So we want to thank you, Cody, for coming on tonight. Again, this is Sasquatch Outdoors. Check them out on Facebook everywhere. You guys doing awesome stuff. We appreciate what you're doing out there, and also for you coming on tonight and talking to us. But if you guys can, it's Reinventing Hunt Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and give us a review. As well as if you guys have any ideas out there for their podcast coming up, just throw us an email, triplepointoutdoors@gmail.com or jtriplepoint@gmail.com. You can connect with us on our Facebook page, as well as Kevin at the Outdoor Pro Shop down there in Virginia. So thanks a lot, guys.